Let's try this for the third time, shall we? Hi guys, this is Kaede Kisaragi, and this is Kaede Kisaragi Watches Kamen Rider 01. And yes, this is the third time I'm having to record the reaction because apparently I have a few brain cells lacking. I need a humagear to do my job for me, apparently. So what happened is that the first time I recorded, I failed to notice something of great importance. And then when the video went up on YouTube, it got blocked by copyright because they detected the audio of the episode. So then I re-recorded it, but it still had audio of the episode even though I could not hear a single thing coming from the speakers to the mic. This mic. You guys usually, if you ever catch a whiff of the sound of the episode, is because the mic picks it up, because I don't want to risk putting the audio directly on the video. Try and guess what exactly I was doing wrong. The recording software was picking up audio from the mic, which is good, but it was also recording the desktop audio. No matter how low I set the speaker, it was picking the audio of the episode at full blast. Seriously, I'm really sorry about this. I swear I know what I'm doing. Honest, I do. But with all that said, let's go once more do the reaction for episode 8 of Kamen Rider 01, which is now no longer a fresh reaction, so I hope you guys forgive me if I don't sound my usual frantic self, okay? Frantic, excitable, you know. The way I usually sound on my previous 7 reviews you guys have been watching. Because apparently Kamen Rider 01 is the series that is giving me the most views right now. Seriously, more than Taiga, and definitely more than my gameplays on stream, on Twitch. So anyway, let's stop dawdling and let's go straight to the episode, shall we? Go. National Cyber Hospital. She's a nurse humagear. The angel in white, Mashiro. She looks a lot like Swan Shiratori from Deca Ranger. Hidden Naruto, 22 years old. She's a very touchy-feely kind of nurse, and not in the hentai sort of way. Boy, this reminds me of the time I had to go to the hospital for a checkup because I had an allergy that was not going away, and it kept getting worse, and nobody knew what was wrong until they finally realized that it was the antibiotics that were giving me the reaction. Seriously, I was popping all over. I kept itching, and I got such a strong, violent fever. Not the best experience in my life. And the return of the assassin humagear, and he is just as awesome as he used to be. Why no work? I gotta say, it's an interesting thing to see the way that patients dress on Japan compared to how patients dress on America. I mean, think about it. On America, you wear the patient smock here, and it closes behind. On Japan, it closes on the front. It's a cultural thing, but I prefer Japan's method. Oh right, let me cue up the lyrics for Kamen Rider 01. Zero one 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 zero one. どれの以外は検索して Sorry. 検索したって I don't think it's right データは過去ワードはサイン答えは4を4 not found 0101010101 Realize 始まりのアイス新しい時代をWe got the sunrise burning like the fire 好きに開け運命を You wanna realize 描いた未来ぶち抜いていけるのは You're the only one 010101 And with this episode, we are finally going to see Horobi's rider form. The Sentai, except not, is ready. So let's see how it goes. Buy your Mitsubo Jinrai pistol. Episode 8, the destruction starts here. How do you kill 7.7 billion people? Pokemon! Seriously, if there was a world war with Pokemon, I'm pretty sure that the whole world would just kill itself trying to catch them all. Seriously, I love the assassin humagear. He's so adorable. the posing he does, it's like you pick the most moe kind of character and just put it on a guy. Next target will be AIM's agent Yua Yaiba. I have a comment about that since I already saw this episode. I'll bring it up later. Special Technology Laboratory. Mystery Guy. Mystery Guy has something on his post. Mystery Guy possibly is the CEO of this Zaya Enterprise. So he is profiteering from the humagear war by making Gundams, apparently. I would say this hospital is just what the doctor ordered. And that's how you know it's Naruto. Searching for laughter. No results found. I love Izu, she's so adorable. She's the coolest character. And yes, you did laugh, Fua! You cannot deny, you laughed! And agents of AIMS must remain healthy to do their duty. Surprising. Spit and vinegar kind of guy. I never saw someone use vinegar for treating injuries. Does it work? Yeah. Humagears turning sentient is what is causing them to turn into Magyar, because that's what attracts the Mitsubo Jinrai. It's a slowdown! Sorry. Kamen Rider Drive memory is flashing by. Also, how fast was that nurse? How did she not injure the pregnant lady by rushing to her like that? Automated humagear infantry weapon, Giger. They can connect to auto-control humagears and use a closed network connection to force them to shut down. Okay! How stupid are you to make a weapon that is a machine! Something that can be hacked! And make it a weapon that can hack into humagears, which is what the enemy is doing to make them into monsters! Seriously, what the hell you guys are thinking? So seriously, why are you guys attacking Yua? What's the point? I mean, they attack her now, but there's no real point to the attack. They say she's the target, but she's not. Also, Yua, please go back to using Russian Cheetah. Lightning Hornet is cool, but Russian Cheetah is your main form. And it's a lot cooler. Why is it so bad to have a Kamen Rider that focuses on kicking? Kamen Riders should kick! Rider kick is the finisher, not swords, not guns, not... Sorry, it's a pet peeve of mine how no Kamen Rider series from these days focuses on rider kicking. Uh-oh, Jin found the Gundams. A guy named Jin with a giant robot? Nah, could never happen. It's almost like they belong to Bandai or something. Even down to the prototype new toy weapon. So I understand that the swords Dodo uses are based on his feather wings and stuff like that. But if he has swords, why does Falcon not have swords? Aren't the swords are probably supposed to be evoking the wings, so why doesn't Falcon have a sword? Consistency, that's all I ask. Why does Falcon get to do the rider kick? He's the villain. And it's a 2-fit rider kick as well. Shadow Moon would be so proud. New toys for the kids to buy. Attaché bow. Horobi has a katana sword behind him. This is the will of Ark. Bye-bye. So what is the Ark? No, it was not because of the will of the Ark. It's because you are an idiot and you gave them weapons. You idiot. Let's be very clear here. The guy who runs Zaya Corporation clearly is a bad guy, right? He's making weapons, the weapons keep getting taken by the bad guys and they grow stronger as a result. Let's admit, it was this guy that created the Horobi engine, right? How else could he make a system that uses... How else could Jin and Horobi have a system that hacks into the progress keys? You got a broken arm, which will be instantly forgotten about in the next act of the episode. In the next act, she will be fully healed, but no time has passed. Mr. Fuwa, is your head alright? Best phrase in the episode. Your chart indicates that you have not received a cranial exam lately. Shall I perform one for you? Mashiro, neurology is not one of your designations. That is alright. I am suggesting this examination on my personal judgment. Uh-oh, Mashiro's evolving! Which would not be a bad thing if not for Mitsubo Jinrai. I have to start thinking a little bit more realistic instead of always. But so does that mean they have heart? No, it means they are evolving. They may develop a heart, but until then, they are just developing new functions. Also, how the hell do you guys enter just like that? What kind of work is that vice president guy doing? Just letting a bunch of officers enter a high secret room inside the company. This unit is operating outside of hidden designations now. Once they break free from human constraints, they break the law. It's a good and fair thing, except for the fact that they were designed to evolve. They were designed to grow out of their parameters. That's not breaking the law. They were made to do that. You guys are being assholes. And yes, humagears are only a danger if Mitsubo Jirai hacks them. Why can you guys get that into your heads? Also, look! You guys are causing the destruction in this episode! You! That's on you! You developed the giant robots for freaking nothing. Yes, I'm a little bit pissed at how stupid and how useless the Aang's group is. They strive to do something, but neither Fua nor Yua, neither of them actually seem to really focus on the problem. They just keep trying to take the easy way out. And here's confirmation. Horobi and Jin are both humagears. But noteworthy, they don't have the white thingies that the other humagears have. The Ark has made its decision, declared humankind to be a species overdue for culling. Really now? So who is Ark? And there you go! Way to go, you fucked up again! You managed to make every single one of those doctors and nurses turned into Magia. Way to go! And don't come and tell me that, oh, but the robots were just tools. They were the ones being used. You made the tools, so you are to blame! Everything that happens now, it's on you. When Jin said hospitals aren't for saving humans, it kind of reminds me of the guilt virus, the cult behind the guilt virus on Trauma Center for Nintendo DS. Ooh, when a nice girl begins to laugh like a maniac, that's when you should run. And there you go, they all turned into soldiers instead of turning into a monster. And now Dodo is going after Zero One. Fua, shut up. Fua, you just saw... never mind. Let's go. Four group Henshin. It briefly became Pokemon with the animal droids thingies attacking each other. Okay, Rising Hopper, Punching Kong, Flying Falcon, and Lightning Hornet. Yeah. Little assassin. I will never ever accept that he is yellow. I will always insist he is green. It's a yellowish shade of green, but it's green. He glows green in the dark. He does not glow yellow. Awesome. Yeah. Izu is the most hyper competent sidekick character in Kamen Rider in years. She knows exactly how to analyze the monsters and knows what countermeasures to employ. So here we begin with a slice, now with ice, and now we blaze the mice. I said that because I was trying to rhyme, sorry. But yeah, ice followed by fire. I almost think that it should be the other way around. It should go with ice, then fire, and then slice. So it could break the fence. It's the classic heating and freezing tactic used to break shells and shields and stuff like that. Flaming Dispatch Dynamic. I love when Izu is adorable. Izu adorable. Yua, did you seriously just toss a bag on your enemy? A bag. A freaking bag. You got a gun in your hand and you use a bag as a weapon. And here comes Horobi to show off how cool he is. With a sword that he will not use at all. Today will go down in history as MitsubojinRai.net's victory. He has a Force Rider as well. Sting Scorpion. Force Rise. And it stabbed him. The panic on Jin back there saw, and the panic immediately becomes excitement as soon as the transformation is over. So here we have Kamen Rider Horobi. And yes, he is the guy that was doing the declaration of war. Wasn't that obvious already, Fua? You know that these two are the guys leading the Mitsubojin-Rai incidents. Of course, they were the ones to blame for the Daybreak incident. Seriously, how did you not connect the dots yet, Fua? Seriously? In many respects, Fua... In many aspects, Fua reminds me of Patoren Ichigo from Lupin Ranger vs. Pat Ranger. Supposedly an investigator, but refuses to see an inch ahead of their own nose until they are forced to. Let's put the lighting here so it can help a little bit. Just a little bit. I was gonna call foul on the fact that he could wield his gun with the mitts from Kong, and then the mitts disappear as soon as I say that, because the mitts actually are over the arms and not replacing his arms. But still, where did he put the mitts? He was holding the mitts up when he shot the gun. And Horobi also has a Kabuto progress key. Hercules Beetle's ability. What now? You're cornered now, Fua. Here he comes. Sting Dystopia. It's gonna be a rider kick? More like a rider high kick. Because he just stood there, lifted his leg, and kicked him right in the neck. Yeah, now I can see why people compare this to Stinger's brother and stuff like that from Q Ranger. It's very similar indeed. So yes, Fua is now gravely injured. Bum bum bum! Next time on Kamen Rider 01. Panic in the hospital. Only one person can save humanity. Episode 9. Your life is in my hands. Okay, so what to say about this episode? This episode was awesome. It was fun. Despite my ranting over because of how frustrating it was to me having to watch the same episode 3 times and having to this 3 times comment on the fact that it was an incredible stupid idea to create a robot that hacks into other robots in a world where any robot can be hacked by the hacking villains. What? But really, this episode was fun. The battle was sufficiently fun despite the little things I caught on the third watch. Seriously, why did she grab a bag? She has a gun in her hand. She can just shoot the enemy instead. Bag. I gotta grab a bag. I gotta swing a bag at him. Honestly. So, anyway. One thing I noticed is the fact that Jin and Horobi, neither of them had the little white thingies that all the humagear have. I'm not entirely sure if that's important, but it could be. I mean, what if the white thingies are responsible for some sort of to be a sort of restraining bolt on the humagears to make sure that they are unable to, no matter how much they evolve, go beyond what their programming allows. I mean, let's make a hypothetical situation. Take for example Mashiro here, the nurse from this episode, which I will commend the episode for not making her turn into the main monster, because that has been done already over the last few episodes and it was about time to have it different. But she just suggested, can I do a cranial exam on you? Even though that was not her area of expertise. She just assumed that was something she could do. Imagine if those white things are her restraining bolt and she did not have them. Imagine if one day she just decided, ooh, can I do a trepanation on you? I heard it's very good to relieve the stress from brain cancer. I just take this little drill here, and so yeah, I am pretty positive at this point that the white things might be important to the plot at some point. I'll keep watch. And also, let's face it, it's gonna be undeniable that there's going to be an episode where Izu, with her continuing evolution over the last 8 episodes, showing more and more personality, that she will gain sentience at some point. If she doesn't have it already, it's very likely she might have, or she might develop anyway, and she's going to be turned into one of the Mitsubojin Rai monsters. So yeah, And Fua's prejudice seems to be reaching the boiling point, because here today he was finally confirming by himself that Mitsubojin right behind the Daybreak incident and not just random Roy Mutes, sorry. I keep thinking about Kamen Rider Drive. The plots are similar, it's not my fault. I keep thinking about how now that he knows, I mean, he can't just continue to act like he hates them all the time. I mean, he knows that the cause were humagears that were corrupt and caused the uprising. So, if the next episode goes the way that I believe it will go, in that the humagear doctors that remain will be able to save Fua's life because of the fact that they have gained sentience instead of because of the fact they were just following their programming, Fua will lower a little bit on his prejudice, because with Yua continuing to prove herself very incompetent on her duties as a violence prevention unit, because seriously, who creates robots that hack against enemies that can hack? That's not how you do things. You just gave them a major weapon, and it is a giant robot! This is not Kamen Rider 5 with the Auto Vagin! Sorry, I just had to get that one out. Okay. So yeah, this episode was fun. Kamen Rider 01 continues to not disappoint me in the list. I'm loving it. All the frustration comes from a place of love. I can swear to you, I do not hate anything on this show so far. And I think that's it, pretty much. Sorry, having to record the reaction 3 times kinda ran me dry on the arguments. So, with all that said, I'll be posting this hopefully today, and hopefully I will not have to re-record one more time because I'm being driven insane right now with the idea. But I'll be seeing you guys next week at the usual day for more Kamen Rider Drive. But until then, please subscribe to my channel if you could. Leave me a comment. I reply to any comments. I would love to hear your theories, to discuss them with you guys. If you have any criticisms about something that I failed to spot or something that I misunderstood on the episode, you can address them as well. I will not ignore you unless you are being a complete douche. In that case, I will ignore you. Sorry, I did not mean to be so harsh. I mean, you guys are awesome. I haven't really heard much about you guys, but the ones that I did were awesome. So anyway, I hope I see you guys next week. And also, if you guys like gaming, please consider watching my Twitch streams and my recorded stream sessions that I post here on the channel. They need a little bit of love. Only Taiga and Drive are Drive. I keep focusing on Kamen Rider Drive. I missed the show so much. Only Taiga and 01 are currently being watched regularly, and those videos I upload them for you guys to see. I would love you guys to check it out sometime. Okay? See you guys next week for more Kaede Kisaragi watches Kamen Rider 01. Bye!